Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Report reaching us right now is that there is royal tears in the palace of the Ooni of Ife as he sanctioned his wives and stopped them from being part of the Olokun festival. Now, we have seen that the 2024 Olokun festival has just been celebrated. Now, if you go through, the videos, you find out that the faces of the wives are like really scanty. I don't know, in some areas you don't even see them and all of that. Now, investigation and, rumor has it that, he, out of anger, he sanctioned them from being part of the festival, that it's other people like outsiders, women, of course, Ife women that arranged and took care of everything that had to do with this year's Olokun festival. Olokun festival happens to be a great celebration. Ife people celebrate. They have a lot of different festivals. But of all of these festivals, some of them are even silent. A lot of people don't get to hear them, as we are all aware that the Ile-Ife has like 401 deities, but like about 200 of that is been turned to monuments, and the other 200 also are still being celebrated on daily basis. And the one living deity that we have right now happens to be the Ooni of Ife. And Ooni of Ife is a custodian of all of these deities, so they make sure that they are celebrated. But of all of these deities, we kept hearing, every year we hear about the Olokun festival. Olokun festival is a festival that Ile-Ife people love so much. They always come out in their numbers to celebrate. And the wives are always very, very happy celebrating that festival. We do know that Olori Naomi is a Christian. And from the very beginning, it was said that Ooni of Ife said she was never going to be part of some of these things. But we saw that, as they grew in their marriage, Naomi started attending some of the festivals. Not to say that she was part of some of those rituals. We've seen her in one of those festivals where she was sitting with Ashley, and Ashley was sitting like the boss of the day. And so, to tell you how important this festival is to the Ooni of Ife, whites are supposed to partake like in the festival. But they say this 2024 festival, Ooni of Ife sanctioned them allegedly, as it is rumored, that they were not supposed to be part, that they say you see begging, that cry in the palace. They were crying and begging, and they said elders had to intervene, and they say Ooni of Ife's father had to intervene, and all of that for them to even take part. And that is why you see their participation is not like it used to be. Now, you do know that Olori Ashley even came down from the UK to come and be part of that festival. And they said before now she had gone to Brazil to buy lots of artifacts. But I'm not going to digress. I'm going to bring you that gist later. And they said there's been so much cry because Oni basically sanctioned them. Now, the truth remains that, why would the man not be angry? This bus was dragging up and down because of Olori Naomi. Why? What has Naomi done? Now, what wrong has Olori Naomi done? Olori Naomi is the wife to this man. I don't even understand this, because most times you want to look left and right. You begin to ask yourself, what is even the problem? Now, how is it possible that women will sit back and say that the other woman does not deserve to be with her husband, to return back to her matrimonial home? Just because the major issue they are having right now is that Naomi is not saying anything, no. Nobody has ever heard that Naomi granted an interview talking about these women. Nobody has ever heard that Naomi granted an interview bringing down her husband. Naomi is somebody who has a lot of respect, like so much respect for the Ooni of Ife. Don't get it twisted. The one thing with Naomi understands who she is. And she is saying, I don't want crowd. I don't want to be in the midst of crowd. Take me the way I am or leave me alone. And there are a lot of people who are like that. You see me that I'm talking to you, I don't like crowd either. And so the only thing that these people are angry about is the fact that Olori Naomi is insisting that she doesn't want that crowd. Yes, that she doesn't want crowd. How is it, why is it such a problem that she is saying she does not want crowd? Now they don't want her back. They are fighting left, right, and center. You cannot be pinching me and be blowing it. You pinch, you blow. When Kabiesi already knows that they are fighting, the truth remains that Kabiesi will return back to Pinami. He wants to return back to Pinami. At least, even though I'm not there, this is what we keep hearing on social media. And if this report we have been hearing is the truth, the man wants his wife back. He got married to this woman, they have a son together. The woman has done nothing wrong. She is a good woman, a great woman. Now, this level of jealousy is something that I do not understand. Like, I don't get it at all. You cannot sit down and you see that things are not working for you. You see that every day I fight this woman. There is battles, there is battle coming for me every day, and you continue to do the same. Now, how is it possible that people who have gone to bring down oatmeal company, people who have gone to fight back and forth over the fact that KBSC sent delegates to Queen Naomi so they can have a discussion on how to welcome the delegates that are coming from France for an event in July. They are bringing restraining order against Queen Naomi and all of that. And you expect KBSC to be embracing them. You expect KBSC to say, okay, you guys should come, let's do festival together. And what is the festival about? They say Olokun festival is a festival of happiness. What is the happiness? What happiness are you celebrating if the happiness cannot come from your mind? Because there's this general belief that you cannot give what you do not have. So because of the way the man feels, they say that he sanctioned them with big time that they should not be part of Olokun festival. And so they say the participation, the very tiny participation that you saw there was because of, Ooni of Ife's father. People beg that it will not be good. That people not seeing their faces at all will be bad. That people will begin to make up stories. That there will be problem. There will be this misconception. There will be this, there will be that. Oni should soften up. Oni should not get that angry. Oni should understand that things are bound to happen. Oni should understand that this too shall pass. Oni should focus on getting Queen Naomi back into the palace. And that is what the man is focused on. Right now, they say nothing, like absolutely nothing means anything to Kabiyesi. The only thing he wants is to bring Queen Naomi back. And now the question is that if you truly care about this man, we have seen stuff that look as if this thing with Queen Naomi has something that is more than physical. From what we have been hearing, we have seen that they said Iyami Osorungo is crying that Queen Naomi and Tade, they need to return back to the palace. We have had a lot of prophecies. Ooni of Ife is scared of what is likely to be the outcome if Queen Naomi does not return back in 60 days. Ife people are also concerned about what will happen if this woman does not return back in 60 days. Now, you and I, who is supposed to explain what is between the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi? It does seem as if it's highly, like is a big time secret. We don't know. The only thing that we've heard about the pledge they made in the sacred forest of Udua under that tree. Is that all? We have heard about reincarnation. We've heard about some of these traditional things that none of us can explain. But Ooni of Ife knows, and Queen Naomi knows. But because of Queen Naomi's belief system, Queen Naomi wants to go ahead and do what she wants to do if Ooni of Ife is not ready to do what he needs to do. And that is why it looks as if Queen Naomi knows there is something that is knitting Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi together, that is making it so difficult for them to separate, like to go their separate ways. And so these women are supposed to know by now. But it does seem as if they don't want. They just don't want Queen Naomi to come back to the palace. And so that is the problem. And They said Ooni of Ife did not take it lightly. Oh, this Olokun festival, that if you see they begging, they cry, they begging, that the father had to intervene so that they will not ruin the festival. And that's why you could see like scanty faces there that like that the man refused from the very beginning. All this they'll still blame it on Olori Naomi. You need to know that anybody that God has blessed that person. There's nothing anybody can do about it. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.